My lighting is so shit.
Nice,
Good.
nice. Okay, I think that's a good. I think that's a good note to start on. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Full Court Press podcast with me, Dheeraj, Aaron to my left. You seem to my left there,
Left, right, down, whatever you want me.
Adwaita, Addu, call him whatever you want to. Like below us, yeah, below us
Ooh.
in terms of height and where he's positioned. Okay,
Hey,
so
I'm same as Aaron.
okay, fine.
Listen,
Okay,
listen.
man. So, what do we do? The three of us, we just absolutely love sports. So that's why we started this podcast. This is an idea that we came up with. When was it? Like it was a long time
High
ago,
school.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
This has been
We
like
decided on this like a year back. We made an episode. It was pretty good, but
it
all
was
of us were too lazy.
exactly. We
Yeah.
were
That's
all too
actually what
lazy, and
happened. Yeah.
we said we were too busy with schoolwork, but we really weren't. We were just way too lazy to actually do anything about it. But finally, this is our first episode. We're happy that we finally got the wheel set in motion, and yeah, this is just our opinion. We're amateurs, so if you have anything you want to say to us, if you want to comment on how we're good or bad, or you agree or disagree with us, please put it below in the comments. We're open to any sort of criticism, whether constructive or not. So just let it fly in the comments. So quick introductions. I'm Dheeraj. I'm 18 and I am a massive Manchester United fan. And I also support the Boston Celtics in the NBA. I support the Green Bay Packers, or more specifically, I support Aaron Rodgers in the NFL. And I play cricket, so cricket is actually my number one sport over all of those. But I don't like. There's not much cricket going on now, so mostly for me, just football and basketball as of this very moment. So yeah, I've been in love with sports since I was 5, 6 years old. But truly, my love for basketball, football came a bit later on when I was 12, 13. So yeah, that's me. What about you guys? Aaron, what about you?
My name is Genghis Khan. Sorry, my name is Aaron Phillip. Why am I? It's not a portfolio. Okay, my name's Aaron. What do I do? I'm a lazy guy. I'm a boring guy. I'm a funny guy. But more than that, I'm a LeBron
Guy.
fan.
I don't think he has the
I'm a
right to call
LeBron
himself
fan.
funny. That's kind of vain, man. If I'm being honest.
I'm a humble guy. I'm just gonna call myself humble,
Ah,
man.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm joking. Yeah. So basically, I love watching sports like these two, and what do I do? I love watching sports. We just finished watching the United game, which Dheeraj
Okay, let's not talk
would
about it.
have talked about, but he's too sad to do that. And I don't blame him. But yeah, so I basically support the Lakers and the Suns.
Which team you
And
support in
in
football, Aaron? What
football,
is that?
I'm an Arsenal fan.
FA
And
Cup
as an
holders.
Arsenal fan,
Respect.
I can tell you that we won more trophies than you this season. So
Oh my God,
you
not
can't
this
say
again.
anything,
Again,
man.
I can't
So
argue with
yeah. So I like cricket as well. I mean, I play mostly sports that I like, but as of now, I mainly watch football and basketball because that's what's there on TV. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about sports with these guys on a podcast because that's just what we do normally on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Okay. Adwaita. Let's
I
get.
so I'm Adwaita, aka Young Big Draco. But
Oh my God, not this again, man.
He's not a
I
big
play.
fisher.
I'm actually a swimmer first, and then I play a bit of water polo and basketball too. But I mean, right? I mean, my main sports are probably like basketball, football, and I like watching the NFL.
Respect.
In basketball, I support the Houston Rockets. Been supporting them the last 4 seasons. It's kind of sad that we didn't win a chip 2 of those seasons, but it's okay. It's
Wait,
coming.
1 second. Would you like to fill us in on why you started supporting the Houston Rockets?
Oh, I started supporting Houston Rockets because I used to support the Clippers before. I'm my favorite player, best point guard in the world. Switched to Houston
Uh,
Rockets. Now he's in the OKC, but OKC don't have a good team this year, so I don't support the OKC.
so
But I root for.
you're basically you're a glory hunter. That's what you are.
Nah, I'm a Chris Paul fan.
Yeah. Then why aren't you supporting the Thunder? Is my
Why don't you
question.
both Thunder?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thunder ain't gonna win, bro. Let's be honest.
So
I'm a Suns fan. Does that
yeah,
stop
he's a
me?
Suns fan. What do you want about?
Mate, it's all about the loyalty in sports.
Bro, you can't be loyal if you support a player and not a team.
True, but we have no affiliation to any of the basketball teams, which is
Yeah,
why
I
I
know, but
support players.
I don't know, bro. I just like Houston Rockets. I
And
like shooting.
which football team do you support?
Football, I support Arsenal. So Ron and I Ron's
Yeah,
my
I'm the odd one
counterpart.
out here.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
rebuilding mode. Yeah, we won a trophy, so I'm pretty happy. And then in the football, I mean, in American football, I support the Saints.
Saints. Okay. So first off, we're gonna do an episode on Arsenal for all of you Arsenal fans sometime soon because I'm surrounded by two idiots who support Arsenal. To be fair,
Idiots, mate.
I
But
mean,
I think we're all idiots for who we support.
but yeah, okay. You know what? That
it's
wasn't
true, it's
necessary.
fact.
At least we're playing in the Champions League next season. But to be fair, Arsenal are on the up with Arteta. But okay, enough about Arsenal. Our first episode is about the NBA playoffs
Yeah.
starting tomorrow. First of all, how excited are you guys for these almost like alter playoffs? We are a bubble tournament, which is, I mean, absolutely crazy. Like the
Insane, yeah.
Phoenix Suns. Aaron, can you talk about the Phoenix Suns? They were
Aaron's so happy.
undefeated in the
He's never
bubble.
been this happy in his life ever. Arsenal won a trophy. Phoenix won 8. No,
Listen, I don't think you want me to talk about the Suns because I can go on for an hour about how good we've been. So, I mean, I'm happy. I'm sad we didn't make the playoffs, but I think the world's finally recognized that Devin Booker is not only a player on the court, but off the court as
All
well.
right. Okay, but if he
You
keeps
know,
trying to go after like his off-court
Kardashians.
pursuits like that, we've seen how that the family of
yeah,
Kardashians and Jenners
Kardashian
can
case
take
is real.
about basketball players. So
I'm just saying he's
Devin, if
already with one and he's won 8 games and not lost one.
But you know
Devin, if
what's
you
something
yeah,
D-Book
else?
does what he wants.
What's really
like
cool is that I think Devin Booker is. I mean, we always know Devin Booker for somebody who can consistently put up numbers. Right? We've seen him score like multiple 50-point games, 70-point game when he was, I think, first year in the league, or
yeah, and he
second year.
lost to us by the way in the
And
set.
but
But
he never put up numbers and won. And so it's really cool that he's actually figured out how to win games while putting up consistently good numbers. So I mean, if he figures it out and Monty Williams figures it out, I think the Suns are in good hands.
I think personally, I believe Monty Williams should be in consideration for the Coach of the Year award. What do you guys think?
For the year, for like
Yeah,
the entire season.
yeah, because I mean the Suns were
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah,
so
but the
because okay,
Suns were
I
off
definitely agree he's the coach of the year within the bubble,
with the
but then the
bubble. Yeah.
Suns have been good enough throughout the year. I think they're better
But
candidates
but I mean, but you
throughout
also
the
have to
season.
attribute that I mean, you guys missed 18 for like what 25, 30 games, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I
And
think
I think
see the Suns are improving for sure,
yeah,
but there have been other teams who've surprised us with, in my opinion, lesser rosters. For example, OKC.
yeah.
I don't think any of us
OKC.
expected them to do as well as what they did.
I didn't give
But
them a
then, yeah,
chance.
I
I
mean,
mean, Chris Paul has absolutely turned it up in OKC with Gallinari, Sheikh Gilgeous Alexander's balling out. I mean, OKC is off the charts. I mean, I don't give them a chance in the playoffs against, I think, the Rockets they're facing up against.
Yeah.
I think small ball will prove to be too much for them. But
I don't
okay,
think
yeah,
so. But we'll get to that.
we'll get to
We'll
the
get into
playoffs.
that.
We'll get to the playoffs. So just
Yeah.
a quick recap of the season. Any surprise? What do you guys think was the biggest surprise? Do you think the Suns finishing as high as they did was the biggest surprise for you guys?
No, no. Oh, it's
Uh,
weird because it's. I feel like it's two different seasons. Like
That
what
yeah.
I've seen within the first part and the bubble are two completely different like scenarios. But throughout the entire season, again, I would have to say that OKC. I thought they would be like one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, pretty sure they were predicted on most platforms to have the first
The
pick in next year's draft. But I mean,
next season, yeah,
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 which was a fair assumption to be fair.
but Chris Paul
But
just
then
came in and he built that
yeah,
culture, the winning culture. He brought that winning culture. And although Chris Paul has never, I mean, he's never been to the NBA Finals. You can never blame it on him. He's always been that player who's that consummate leader. You know, he's
yeah.
almost comparable kind of to LeBron James in that manner. Obviously, he's much smaller, but the same almost basketball IQ off the charts, leadership, the way he improves his teammates. I think Chris Paul, obviously, his numbers weren't something that you would say wow to, but
That stand out, yeah.
Chris
But I
Paul,
think he's 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 made a team where everybody has their own roles and everybody exceeds their roles. And I think that's the main reason for OKC's success. I think he's inspired change in that entire locker room, and I think everybody's motivated to, you know, beat the odds. And I think him being that leader, he's kind of like playing the parental role for OKC. And Also, I attribute half their wins to Billy Donovan. I think Billy Donovan has done an amazing job coaching the OKC team. Obviously, they've made a few defensive. I mean, I think they've made a few defensive adjustments because they had length last season. They don't have that this season, so they've had to adjust defensively. Offensively, they've had to adjust because Chris Paul slows down the tempo. He's not like a Westbrook who's super athletic and push, push, push. So I mean, they've changed their system, and I think it's worked out for the better. Because I didn't see this team making the playoffs at all. I thought we would be in. I mean, I thought not we. I thought OKC would be in rebuild mode, and we had to wait for another star to come and join Chris Paul. For OKC to do well. I did not expect this, and it's crazy that they finished fourth, and they played pretty well in the bubble too.
Yeah, I mean, fourth in the West is quite commendable. Okay, so just quick, who do you guys think should win the regular season award? Sixth man of the year, most improved player, MVP, coach of the year. Is there something I'm missing out? I'm pretty sure that's it, right?
Yeah, we
Rookie of
start
the
off with
rookie of
who
the
we
year.
start
Okay,
off with.
MVP, quick. Everyone, who do you think should win it? Let me start.
Giannis.
I think it should be LeBron.
Giannis. Yeah, I think it's Giannis too. He's put
I
up
think
amazing numbers, and the
I,
Bucks have the best record in the NBA.
I would agree with you, but I think the impact that LeBron has had on the Lakers, a team that hasn't made the playoff in multiple years. I mean, it was when Kobe, RIP Kobe, was at his prime. That was the last time the Lakers made the playoffs. But this guy came in, and as soon as he got a second star, Anthony Davis, whose impact obviously uh, can't be underestimated. But I think LeBron just took that team over the top, and I mean, they're first in the West now for the first time in almost a decade now. So I think personally, I believe LeBron should be MVP, but I think the case for Giannis makes itself. I think all you need to do is look at the Bucks record and his statistics, and
And the fact that he's actually nominated for 2 awards, man, and he has a good chance to win both of them.
that's also fair. Okay, now coming to the second award, Defensive Player of the Year. Who do you guys think should win it?
My pick is AD. I think he's been underrated on defense for a really long time, and I think he's stepped up his defensive game like crazy this year. This
Yeah,
season,
personally, I
number
agree too. Yeah,
I think he's top 3 rebounds. I think he's top 3 in defensive rating. He deserves it.
and blocks per game too. I mean, he's an absolute
Blocks per game
monster
as
in the
well.
interior. I mean, playing against the Lakers, playing inside is an absolute nightmare. And I completely agree with you. I think that AD should win Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron, what do you think?
See, I'm going to pick AD because I'm a Lakers fan. I've seen how much he's impacted our team defensively. But I think Giannis is definitely going to win this. I actually think that it's going to be a closer race for the MVP than the Defensive Player of the Year because
Yeah, for sure.
I think for the MVP, right, going back to what you said, I would have picked LeBron if this bubble thing didn't exist and if we actually had a season going on because I think his case was going to be made after those two statement wins against the
The
Clippers and
Bucks
the
and the
Bucks on the
Clippers,
same
yeah.
weekend.
I think it was Friday and Sunday.
Consecutive wins. Yeah.
And that
So,
was
but I think whatever happened after that and this bubble thing has actually hampered both of their cases. So I think Giannis is actually going to be the first player to
And
win
and you know what's crazy? I think the numbers
both
suit him
since Jordan.
for both awards. The numbers are incredibly in his favor. I think the Bucks are the best defensive team in the NBA, right? This
Yeah,
season.
and I'm pretty sure they have like a
Yeah.
historically efficient offense and defense both. I mean, they've been excellent on both sides of the floor. So again, I wouldn't put it beyond Giannis winning both awards. So now moving on, sixth man of the year. I don't think sixth man of the year is much of a contest. I think sweet Lou Williams once again will take home the sixth man of the year. He is
So I
absolutely
think
balled out for the Clippers.
I picked Schroeder.
I
Dennis
would have
from
I
OKC.
would either my pick would be between Schroeder and Trez. I think I'd give it to Trez.
And you know what's funny? The Clippers have it's not a six-man award when two people from the same team can be nominated for
Yeah,
this.
I know. Right?
Exactly. I think both of them hamper both their cases.
Yeah, and I
I
think
think the
I
reason why
honestly,
neither of them will win is because they're both in the same team.
yeah,
That's my reasoning for it.
but honestly, I think Lou Williams.
But Schroeder's played incredibly well, dude. I think
Again,
he's
I agree. Schroeder is an essential part of that OKC machine that's
OKC
been built around
offense.
Chris
Yeah,
Paul,
yeah.
obviously, right?
When Chris
But
Paul's out of the floor, he's incredibly important, dude. I think he plays the point, right? When Chris Paul is out. So
yeah, but he played some minutes at the two as well. I think quite a bit with Chris Paul on the floor.
but he's incredibly important to the offense.
Yeah, but the reason I think Trez is a good shot because he's quite good defensively as well. But I think the
Yeah.
consistency, game in, game out scoring of Lou Williams, I honestly think even with Kawhi and PG, there are three number ones on that team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Three
In
number one
terms of
up.
scorers, maybe not
Yeah.
in terms of overall game where PG and Kawhi are obviously defensively outstanding, but in terms of scorers, you have three number one scorers on that team, and for that reason alone, I don't think you can look personally. I don't think you can look beyond Lou Williams, even with the amazing seasons Trez and Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder have had. Uh, I think Lou Williams will take it home again. What is this? Would this be like his fourth or fifth win? Something like that, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. See,
What's it?
the
What do they
argument
call
the
it?
argument for that
Lemon
is
pepper Lou, yeah.
Salt and pepper.
Magic City.
the argument for that is again, like you said, I don't like all these awards within the regular season. It's more of a narrative thing than like an actual who's the better player thing. I think Lou and Montrez are better than Schroeder, to be
Yeah.
honest. But then again, if you're going based off who's the best player, LeBron would have won the award MVP like 10 times.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And again, Lou winning it that many times hampers his own ability to win the next award purely because
The
they
narrative.
want to give it to a new person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think OKC Story and Schroeder actually becoming really good off the bench is something they'll see and they'll probably pick. That's just
Yeah.
what I see. But then yeah.
I mean, I think your breakdown is pretty accurate, to be
Perfect.
honest. But I mean, I
Thank
still
you.
have it,
Thank you.
which it is. But like personally, I think that Lou Williams is just on another level this season, every
Yeah.
season. But I mean, this is our opinion. Let us know who you guys think should have won the regular season awards. There are two awards left. Most improved player, I think,
Three.
Trae Young.
No, three awards left.
Three awards.
Rookie of the Year,
Oh,
MIP, and
come on, is Rookie of the Year really a contest? I mean, I think we all think
okay,
Ja
yeah,
Morant.
fam.
Like, come
I
on.
think all of
Yeah.
It's just Ja Morant.
No argument there.
And you
No
know what?
argument there.
Just on that note, I'm so happy the Pelicans fired Alvin Gentry because
He was a good coach, but
he never let Zion play more than
It wasn't
20
his fault though.
games, and that dude wanted to play every
think it
single
was-
game.
No, but it wasn't
Every
his fault
basketball
because
player
the
wants to
medical
play.
staff has the most power. That the medical staff tells the coach how many minutes this guy should play, and considering it's Zion, how much hype he had, they aren't going to risk the chance to make the playoffs over possibly 10 years of greatness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
think
I get that.
that's
But I think the
the way to look at it.
similar thing happened to Duke as well. Yeah, he was injured. He missed like 3-4 games. Came back next game, played 38 minutes, 39 minutes, 38 minutes, and Duke won every single game. And this was during the ACC.
but then that kind of load that was put on his like body is also the reason why he missed a majority of the first half of the season, right? Wouldn't you say that that's
Yeah.
true? Well, I think the kind of load management. I mean, I'm not for load management, but in this case, it isn't load management like it was for Kawhi not
Yeah,
playing in some
but
ways.
I'm just saying, like, if they wanted to qualify, they should have played him a bit more.
But I kind of agree with Aaron in this case. Like I wouldn't risk this year's playoffs where they'll probably get knocked out in the first round itself. For 10 years, maybe at the top of the Western Conference with Zion. I mean, that's my opinion. Okay, last.
The weird thing with that is Zion is so talented. Like his talent has shown through, in spite of he's so overweight. And that's the
Yeah.
reason why he can't play that many minutes.
190 pounds,
He's-
6'6".
He's so good, but he's not fit.
He was like the second
right now.
heaviest player, right? When he came into the NBA, like
He
fresh
was
off of
third.
college.
It was after Boban and Taco. He was the third heaviest player in the NBA, but he's 6'6". That's Michael Jordan's height.
He was 6'6", yeah, and those two were like 7 foot.
Yeah, 7'4" and 7'7" or
7'6".
something like that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
If he gets fit, it's a wrap.
And
Yeah,
he's
but
so
He can be like.
I think he is on that road though. If you look at him,
athletic.
there's more, like he's added more. The thing with Zion, he puts on so much muscle so quickly.
Muscle.
So
Yeah.
they're still trying to understand his body and the way he puts on muscle and weight. And I think that
it's
is going
mad, man.
to take a while. It's a unique situation,
Zion,
completely unique.
Zion.
Okay, last awards. Most improved player. I think for the second year in a row, Pascal Siakam should be the most improved player. Although he was amazing last year, this year he took it to another level. He was absolutely sensational for the Raptors this year, the number one option. And I mean, the drop off for the Raptors hasn't. There's barely been any
Yeah,
drop off.
that was probably also a surprise, right? I don't think anybody expected. I mean, they expected them to make the playoffs, but nobody expected them
People expected the
to put
Raptors to be like a
a high
seventh or
level
eighth seed, but they're a
without
second
Kawhi.
seed. They're a second seed.
Second
And,
seed in the,
uh, yeah, but I think the other two, I think his only competition comes from, I mean, my
the
wings,
Bucks.
Jalen Brown,
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, because they have also taken massive leaps this year. Maybe it's just the bias, but I think those two are really going to be a superstar. Okay, I don't think this is really up for
But
argument
yeah,
that they're going to be a superstar
they're
to own the league.
superstars in the league for
And
sure.
I think the jump Jason Tatum has made has been absolutely crazy. I mean, gone from
And dude,
he's gone from like a
Yeah.
disappointment, and this season he's the clear number one for the Celtics. He's the man to take the last shot. Even with players like Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward on that team, he's the man at 20
yeah.
years old. So who do you guys think is
I
going to
would.
win most improved player? Do you guys think Siakam's going to win, or do you? With
I'm not
Siakam
gonna
even?
lie. I don't even know who's
I
nominated.
don't
I
think he was.
actually
I
have
Yeah,
think
I
no
haven't
clue
checked
who's
this
there.
out. Wait, I might be making a big mistake here. It's
it was Luka.
Let's just say who.
I know Luca's one. I know
Luka's
Luca's
one.
one.
Oh wait, no. Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham should win most improved player
He's
of the
No,
not
but
there.
he
year.
He's
was.
not
Yeah,
there. That's the
I
thing. He's
agree.
not
That was
there.
my
Wait,
pick to
what?
win most of the player as
He's
well.
not
But he
there.
was.
Yeah. Luca said that he would rather
Luka
have his
said that
name
it
off the
should be
list
switched between
and put
Devontae and Luka.
Devontae. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, wait, Devontae Graham's on. That's crazy.
Dude, the nominees are Brandon Ingram, so Slenderman, Bam
Oh,
Adebayo, and Luka.
oh my God, I
Out
didn't
of these,
think about this.
I'll
To be
pick Bam.
honest,
I picked Bam. I picked
I'll
Bam
pick Bam.
purely because see,
yeah, I picked Bam
I
too. Yeah,
think
I agree.
Ingram
He
had the
went from
same game
nothing to
last
all
year.
star this season.
I mean, he's averaging what, like 17, 11, and 6. Like, I mean, he's not just like this powerful center that came really. His passing vision is crazy. That's not
Crazy,
something. That's not
amazing.
something like we expected from him. It's almost again, it's not Nikola Jokic's level, but he's almost become like
Yeah.
a more powerful. Uh, I mean, obviously not
He's
as good
more
as
athletic than him also.
more athletic,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's more
powerful
that
version, kind of
amazing shot blocking, dude.
Jokic.
Very
And
good shot
he's
blocking.
got a really good outside jump. He's got a good jumper as well, which I think is
Yeah,
good.
he can shoot the
Okay.
three, stretch the floor.
I mean, okay, let's keep it moving. Coach of the year. What are your thoughts? I think Nick Nurse.
My
No,
opinion. Oh, Nick Nurse. In my opinion,
Same.
it shouldn't be an argument. I think Billy Donovan should win hands down.
Billy Don.
With what he's done with OKC,
Oh,
incredible, dude.
I think it's between
Incredible.
those. I think it's between those two. I get your point because
Between
of
those
the.
two, the third guy who was nominated doesn't have a chance. I don't even know who the third one was. Who?
It's Mike.
It's
Mike
Mike?
Mike
Budenholzer.
Budenholzer. Nah, I don't think he can. The Bucks have
He's
they
okay,
have
okay.
the best second best player.
But I saw.
Third
I
best
think
player in the league. Sorry.
I saw in a
Yeah,
I saw in
sorry.
a tweet that someone said it was most likely going to be shared between Nick Nurse and Billy Donovan.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I
How
think
would he ever know? How would that person ever know?
I don't know.
They-
I think it was ESPN. It was an ESPN reporter.
yeah, again,
It was
See-
a rumor. Though.
I don't think you could go wrong between those two. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, you can't. I think both of them make a very good, very strong case individually. But I think just the way, I mean, nobody gave OKC any chance to make the playoffs this season, right? And the fact that they made it to number 4 was incredible. I think Billy Donovan has a lot to do with that team.
And in the
because
Western Conference,
sometimes look past the
that's what makes
coach,
it
yeah.
crazier.
Yeah. And we look past the coach. Sometimes I think he's the one that's made all the defensive adjustments, and I think it's worked out, dude. I think he deserves.
And the same applies for Nick Nurse as well. Nick Nurse
Nurse.
has made the Raptors into defensive monsters. I mean, they have a player like Fred Van Vliet who's diminutive, but the kind of system he plays in makes him an efficient defender. And obviously, Kyle Lowry he's built to be a good defender. It takes a lot of charges. Takes a lot of charges, obviously.
Dheeraj, what does built mean? Do you want
Inside
to
joke.
specify
No.
where he's
It's
built?
what- it's-
Can't say. If Kyle Lowry watches this,
yeah, he takes a lot of charges.
Sorry,
But he's
Kyle,
also
man.
very
Hit
good.
me up. Hit me up.
If you want to know
Teach
what
me some stuff.
Nah, it's okay. His lateral quickness as well, and obviously Pascal Siakam is built. Pascal Siakam and Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka, they do dominate the paint.
yeah.
So that's a wrap
See,
of the
wait,
regular season.
going back to your point,
Yep.
the reason why I would pick Nick Nurse is purely because, okay, fine, Billy Donovan, first of all, has done a great job at OKC. No one can deny that. But in my opinion, that Toronto team, I genuinely think Nick Nurse is more valuable than the players they have.
You could be right.
because
Yeah. I mean, maybe
because
it's like
Toronto, right?
it could be like a Popovich situation.
Yeah, because Toronto, it's fine. They've always been a good regular season team, even when who was it? Dwayne Casey was there with
Rosen and Casey. Yeah.
DeRozan and
Yeah,
Lowry. But the
yeah.
thing is, with this team, right? They're so good defensively that they aren't gonna be like a team you brush off in the playoffs. They're gonna
Mhm.
fight hard no matter what. So
Yeah.
even if they
Yeah.
don't have like a proper star player per se, they're gonna be a very good team
And
in the playoffs at
let
least.
me just say, the Raptors almost went unbeaten in the bubble until they were absolutely destroyed by sorry, which the Boston Celtics.
Had to put that
Uh,
in, mate, huh?
and on that note, let's move on to what we're here to talk about, the playoffs. And we're very sorry for that extended discussion about the regular season. But you know, this is a podcast where we treat this like a normal conversation. The three of us are close friends, and we get together
We have this
talk
conversation
about
almost
sports
every
a
single day.
lot. Like we get together in empty classrooms and we just go at it like hard debates with one another. Especially, I mean, Aaron and I have had some good debates. So Aaron and Adu, but me and Adu, when we sit at that cafe in Burjuman and start going at it about
Like,
Jordan and LeBron, things get.
yes, clearly.
We almost got
Yes.
kicked out of the cafe once. So things do get wild, but we'll try and remain composed here as we move on to the playoffs. Okay.
I think he got kicked out because he didn't mention Book. Book
Uh, uh,
belongs on that list, mate. It's not LeBron or Jordan.
nice. Okay, let's
Yeah,
move
but
on.
okay, fine, going on.
Okay, let's go to the Eastern Conference first. Okay.
Yep.
So first playoff, Bucks versus Magic.
Bucks Magic 4-0, bro. I
Oh,
don't
I think clean sweep. Anybody? I don't think there's much.
nobody's
insight
giving the
required here.
Magic a chance.
The Magic
4-0.
are a good team on the rise. Mo Bamba, Aaron Gordon, good players, but have no chance against the Bucks and Giannis and Middleton, who's had a very good season, by the way. Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, it's
4-0 sweep?
4-0.
Yeah.
This is
Clean
not
sweep.
it's not
Clean
deserve any
sweep.
time, mate. It's just
Yeah,
4-0, mate.
exactly.
Move on.
Okay, the second series, Raptors versus Nets. Again, do you guys think clean sweep?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the Raptors.
I think it's a 4-1.
4-1.
I've been
I
surprised
think
with the Nets. The Nets have actually
No,
been
Caris
pretty decent.
LeVert can.
Karis LeVert is insane. Insane.
His scoring ability, like when Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan and Kevin Durant come together next season, Caris
Dude,
LeVert is
that was
going.
my. You know, I was actually gonna. I was probably gonna root for the Nets. And then when KD got injured, I was like, nah, next season.
Yeah, this guy Adu is just a glory hunter. Oh my God, I can't stick
Sam
to one
mentioned
team.
DJ before KD. Did put KD's
But
name
hey,
before after
Nah,
DJ?
I only meant it because DeAndre Jordan is actually playing this year. But like,
Yeah, I know. I agree. We all know how good KD is, mate.
but I think personally, I think I share Adu's opinion. 4-0 sweep. The Raptors are too good. Third
Yeah,
seed versus sixth seed would have been an interesting matchup. The Celtics versus the 76ers because we have been terrible against.
that's a long-standing rivalry, right?
It is a long-standing rivalry on Atlantic Division, and we haven't been good against it this year. But Ben Simmons is out for the playoffs, so I think
Out for the playoffs.
4-1
Yeah.
at max. The Celtics.
I see it going 4-1. If Joel Embiid, I don't know, does things that Joel Embiid should do.
If not, then it's
But
sweep.
that team has no chemistry, man. I hate to say it, that team still hasn't figured out how to play.
Yeah.
basketball.
Oh yeah. Quick sidestep. Apparently, Cleveland are trying to put together a package to trade for Ben Simmons. What do you guys think about that? Like really quickly.
Please don't make
Not gonna
Cleveland
happen. They will absolutely
just
destroy
give up,
that
mate. Please.
organization.
No one wants you.
Cleveland's done, bro.
That
They had that
organization-
one beautiful run with LeBron James, and that's it.
That
Cleveland's done.
organization without LeBron James, it's like
Dead.
It's like
Dead.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's like
Just say it's
Barcelona
dead,
right
mate.
now.
Mate, it's dead.
It's dead.
It's
Yeah,
finished.
it's dead.
I'm sorry,
It's
those
dead.
Barcelona fans. We'll get to you in probably in our next podcast.
It's dead,
But
it's dead.
yeah, your team is dead as well.
I love you, Messi. I know you're watching this.
Yeah, same. I love Messi too. Messi
Come
is the
to
goal
us,
in my
man.
opinion.
Yeah.
But
Hashtag free Messi. Oh
Okay.
man, that was
now coming
Yeah,
to probably
going back
the
to a
most
point.
interesting matchup of the first round in the Eastern Conference.
Pacers Heat. Oh,
Pacers Heat. Like I would say the Heat will win in maybe 6
in
games.
6.
But
It's a 4-0 for me.
really,
Really?
4-0, 4-1.
Nah.
I don't know because the Pacers.
I think the Pacers can win a couple of games, dude.
Yeah, because players like TJ Warren, like where does this guy come from? I mean, former player for the Suns. Suns trade him away for cash considerations.
They're
Yeah.
traded for cash consideration.
He's not that good. Trust
Falling
me, he's
off.
not that good. It's the bubble life. I'm telling you, he's not actually that good.
I mean,
And think about this, right? You know who's guarding him?
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Butler. Yeah.
Jimmy ain't letting him
Yeah, but
get
what
past.
about Vic?
Vic is a little inconsistent, but I'd still say the Pacers take it to 6 games. They have
Yeah,
Sabonis, who was an All-Star this year.
here's the thing, dude.
They have a
And
good.
they're missing him. Sabonis isn't playing.
He
He's
isn't.
injured.
Sabonis
He's
is
not going to
yeah,
come.
He's injured. Yeah.
Oh wait, right. He got injured. Right.
If Sabonis was playing, then it would be 6-7. I would
Okay.
agree because
I
Sabonis has
think.
been like the
Okay.
second best player.
That is
Or
my mistake.
Sabonis has been their best player.
I still think they'll take it to at least 5 games. I don't think they'll get swept.
I think honestly,
There's
now that I found out that Sabonis isn't playing, my bad. 4 or 5 games max. He'd win.
there's a chance that TJ Warren might actually pop off.
No, the form he's in.
And that's just one game.
If he maintains the form, he might go to
Miami is
6
such
games.
apart from Houston, the only other team that I know that shoots so many threes is Miami. And there will come a point where you will be at a shooting slump. At least one game. You can't shoot lights out all 4 games.
Yeah, but
that one game where they don't shoot
I
consistently,
think
I think
I see the disrespect.
I
To the
agree with that.
Celtics.
With that
Disrespect to the Celtics.
That defense is for what?
no,
One of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league. Come on. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry.
yeah, but they don't take the most.
No, but dude, Dheeraj, going back to that matchup for Sixers and Celtics, I think it'll go 6 games.
Really?
Because see, this is the thing, right? I think it's weird because if it wasn't in the bubble, then I would kind of agree with you.
Nah, if
in
it
a
wasn't
weird
in the
sense.
bubble, it would be tough, dude. Philadelphia have the best home record in the NBA.
Okay, yeah, that also. But I just think right now, if Embiid is the best player in that series, Philly have a chance to go 6-7 games. But I don't think he will be. I think it'll be up and down for him,
Yeah.
which is why it'll be 5 or 6.
But
It
you
won't
know
be
that-
7.
I think
well, dude.
I think the Sixers really botched it in the last offseason with giving
they've
Tobias
it was
Harris a max
horrible,
deal.
horrible.
Al
figure out-
Horford, who they took away from us, would have been a good signing, but he just hasn't got it at all this season. I mean,
They need to figure out. I'm telling you, they need to figure out the chemistry. They look like people who don't know how to play basketball together. They all know how to play basketball.
I don't
individually.
even think it's chemistry. They say it's chemistry, but then even Ben and Embiid say that they're fine, and then it's not chemistry issues. But think about this, right?
but
Their
again, don't
starting
you think
five-
that they probably just like said that, like, I mean, to save face?
Brush it off, yeah. So that they don't get-
Exactly, yeah, exactly, yeah.
But
I
those
think
two
it's
might have
most
a good chemistry, but it's about the other piece. I think Tobias Harris, ever since he's come, he's not figured out the system. Al Horford is a new player, new addition. He needs at least a season to get adjusted to the system.
I mean,
And then I don't even know who's their.
the thing is, I think the
Power
they
forward.
don't even have a system because
Josh Richardson.
they
Josh.
have
Josh Richardson.
Simmons. They have Simmons, Horford, and Embiid on the same floor.
That's
I'm
all-
sorry,
they're all
that's just
players-
never ever gonna work.
Yeah, that
Like,
doesn't work.
They're good. They're good
As-
defensively. Don't get me wrong, because they're
Yeah,
all
elite
extremely good
defensively.
individual defensive players.
Yeah.
Which is why they even have a chance of winning a game. But
And you know what the
defensively,
scary
it's a
thing is?
shambles.
Their
It's an
best
absolute
defender-
shambles.
Their best wing defender is on the bench. That's how scary their team is defensively.
Who Matisse?
Yeah, Matisse. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Super underrated defender.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're done with the first round. So that would give us, what is it? Bucks Heat. And
Bucks Heat.
Celtics Raptors. Bucks Heat. I think the Heat will win in 7 games.
Same.
Take that series in 7 games because
Same.
Are we all going
bubble-
for the Heat?
I think the
This
bubble
is
is.
mad. This is actually mad. I think
I
we're
think-
all going for the Heat.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we're all with
The Heat
have
are
to
the
take it
perfect matchups. They have the length. They have outside
Exactly,
defending,
yeah.
the tenacity to go against the Milwaukee Bucks. Plus, the
And the
three-point shooting
shooters,
is
they
off
have
the
the shooters.
charts. And that's really the only way you can beat the Bucks with your offense is by being an elite shooting team. And that's what the Heat can do. I think the Heat.
Yeah.
I'd say Heat in 7. Maybe if the Bucks, if we wanted the bubble, I'd say Bucks in 7. But I think the Heat.
It's going to 7 games. It's definitely going to
I
7
think the
games.
Heat have the ability to beat the Bucks.
I think the Heats have the Bucks number this season, right? They've won like 3 times.
I
4
don't
times.
think, have the Bucks beaten the Heat this year. I think maybe once, if I'm not
They
wrong.
have in the bubble they
the
did,
bubble.
right? And they were down 25 points.
Yeah,
And-
Yeah, just to give like more substance to this, right? Exactly. You guys have mentioned it. The Heat have had the number throughout the season, right? I think the Bucks are a better team overall, and against other teams, they'll have a better chance of winning. But the Heat are a perfect matchup, like you said.
exactly. Yeah.
I also think in that bubble matchup, the Bucks were down 25 points, and you know who wasn't playing?
Jimmy, right?
Jimmy and Goran
Dragic, yeah.
Dragic.
I mean, that's
yeah.
it. That's probably like the
Two of
first
their
and
best
third,
players.
first and third like
Yeah.
options, right? Even though Dragic comes off the bench.
It'll be a very close series.
I mean, that's
Giannis
pretty
has
good.
to like do something
I
because
think
I
Yeah,
just
Giannis,
think the Heat are a good
Giannis can't
matchup.
disappear. Giannis
Yeah,
can't
because
afford to
they play
disappear.
they play that kind of I think it's called box and one defense.
Yeah,
What the Heat play against the Bucks. So it
yeah.
all
So everybody
like
else plays zone and one player man marks Giannis.
exactly
Yeah,
man marks Giannis, and so they have that ability to shut him down on the inside. And
yeah,
See, they do the two things, right? It's the box and one and the wall. They form like what Celtics did against Giannis
yeah,
yeah,
last year. They have three players pretty much building a wall against Giannis,
I mean, but we
and
didn't
then
have the
it's
personnel last year. The Heat have the personnel
exactly, and the Heat have
to
the
do
personnel
that
to actually
against the
match up
Bucks.
well,
Yep.
yeah,
which is why the Heat are a good matchup.
Like, this is probably I think this is the series to watch. I mean, this is
yeah. 100%,
going to be an
dude.
incredible series. Now,
It's up to Giannis. If Giannis can do something about that, then it's different. But
Yeah,
then
but I think
we
I
haven't
think
seen Giannis
I
do
think
anything against that defense.
I think this is when Giannis' supporting cast really comes into question. Players like Brook Lopez, Middleton, Bledsoe, these players have to
but
show up. If they don't show up,
yeah, they
there's
have
no
to.
way the
They
Bucks are
gotta
dead in
show.
the water. They have no
Yeah,
chance.
I agree. But if Giannis shoots the ball a little well, it opens up the flow so much because
That's true.
the
I
reason
think
why
the
they build a
Bucks
wall
have
is
decent,
because
and the Bucks have decent 3-point shooters, right? Pat
they
Connaughton.
have amazing 3 point shooters,
They
but
have
they
really
just
good
don't
three-point
show up
shooters.
sometimes.
Players like Brook
Yeah,
Lopez, who's like, I mean, these dudes 6'11", shooting threes from like from the logo. I mean, it's crazy the kind of shooters they have, but they have to turn up against the Heat, and the Heat are an elite defensive team.
yeah. And Heat are hungry, dude.
This is going to be an insane series. Okay, the last series at the Eastern Conference second round, Celtics Raptors. I think the Celtics will win in six, but let me say
No,
this.
I think Celtics
That
will
might
cover.
be my bias showing out because I do believe this is a very even series.
No, no, no. You're not wrong. I think they're definitely they're my dark horse to win the NBA championship this season. And they have dude, they have absolutely everything going for them. They have a good point guard. They have two elite wings. They have. I mean, you might need to figure out your center position a little bit, but I think Daniel Tice is doing a very good job.
I mean, Ennis Cantor
Gordon
comes on
Hayward
and
is
does a job as well.
yeah, and Gordon Hayward is
He's
playing
getting back into that
very good
form that he
basketball.
had pre-injury.
Back to you. I mean, not back to Utah
Not
Gordon yet.
quite there, but he's getting back.
He's getting there.
But
But
the Raptors do scare me. I have to be honest. I mean, the Raptors are.
yeah,
This is something about that team. Like it's been so up and down between the Celtics and the Raptors. There's been one game where we beat them by 20, then they beat us by 20, then we beat them by 20. There haven't been any close games. So I think this is the most unpredictable series, if I'm being honest, especially in the Eastern Conference. I think Bucks Heat, we know it's going to be really tight, but this could go either way. It just depends on which team
yeah.
turns up. So, I mean, I'm going to say Celtics at six, but that's my opinion. What do you guys think?
I think Celtics would clinch it in 7. Yeah, I think Raptors have a
Uh,
chance to snag 3.
I think Raptors have a chance to win the series. I don't think
Yeah,
it's as clear
yeah.
cut as I'm
But I
making
think
it
I think
look.
Celtics will win it in 7.
I'm hoping. Aaron,
I mean, I don't know because
I think that's
see, it's
probably
weird because I
I
feel
think
like
that's probably like the prediction for all of
The
these.
best answer.
I think we should all just say I don't know because the series is so
This
unpredictable.
series is very
I
unpredictable.
mean,
the reason why I don't know is because I feel like Nick Nurse and Brad Stevens are two of the best coaches we have in the league.
Yeah,
So that's pretty much an equal match. But I'm going to pick the Raptors purely because you guys picked the Celtics. I'm going to be honest. That's why I'm
fair enough.
picking them.
Fair
I
enough.
have no reasoning for it.
I
I think
respect.
both teams have an equal chance.
I respect it. Very uneven series. So we can't really do a conference finals matchup here, but let's look at both. I think do all of us agree that the Heat are going to make it over the Bucks?
yeah, I agree.
Again,
And
very tight, but
Yeah,
I think the
yeah.
Heat have the upper hand.
It's pure.
Whoever, you know what? According to me, whoever wins the Celtics Raptors series has the potential to win it all.
Win
That's
what
right.
all?
The NBA
The
championship.
Championship.
Oh,
no, no, no,
hot take alert, guys.
not win it all. My bad. The East, the East.
The
I
East,
can't
the
win.
East. Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Even then,
East.
it's a real slippery slope because I think the Heat at their best are not better than the Celtics at their best or the Raptors at their best. But
Yeah.
on an average day, the Heat find a way. They find a way to win, and they
Here's the
have.
thing. You know what makes it funny or confusing? See, I'd pick the 76, not 76. I'd pick the Raptors and the Celtics any day to beat the Heat. But I don't know if I can make that same prediction when the Bucks play them.
That's true. It's weird. It's all about matchups here. That's the thing.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
And
I was just gonna say that
I
because
think the Celtics and the Heat have a slight edge over the Raptors. The only reason I believe that is because these are going to be really close games. And I think the Celtics and the Heat have one defined closer. The Raptors don't
Yeah.
have that. The Celtics have Jason Tatum. He's the number one. And Jaylen Brown has shown he can take a clutch shot as well. And the Raptors, you know who they're giving the ball to, and you know he's going to sink it. Jimmy Butler is going to make that shot. Or if you pass it to Duncan Robinson, Adwaita, these people, they have made clutch shots throughout the season. When it comes to the Raptors,
But it's not the playoffs. That's the thing. For those
yeah,
two at least.
I agree. But in terms of clutch shots, I think that kind of atmosphere
They
will
don't
be
have
there.
a. Yeah, I think Siakam needs to do. I mean, yeah, Siakam needs to prove himself. But I
And
think
Siakam
I
doesn't
think
have that smooth touch from the outside
yeah,
like the other
yeah,
players do.
The way I see it is, if Giannis gets past the Heat, the Bucks win it. The Bucks go
yeah,
past whoever
yeah,
they face in the
100%,
finals for sure,
100%,
in my opinion.
Oh, I
100%.
disagree.
Yeah.
But if the Heat get past whoever they face,
Then
whoever
I
wins
think
Celtics Raptors, I feel I would pick them against the
we'll
Heat.
win the East.
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really weird. It's all matchups because I
yeah,
feel like
exactly.
the Heat pose the best matchup to the Bucks, but at the same time,
It's so weird.
the
Like there's
They
Heat
no,
have
I
no
don't think
chance.
they can face.
Yeah,
And it's
thing
the
is
bubble, so like literally everything does not make sense.
exactly thing
You
is so
can't. It's not the
unclear
same thing.
because
Also,
if it was Celtics Raptors outside the bubble, I might have picked the Raptors to win because the kind of home court that
because
they
Raptors have home court,
the
right?
home court, the Raptors have the home court. I think they're winning in seven because the Raptors' home court advantage is so big, right? Because they are like how many games?
Some of
I
the
think they
best.
lost one or two games in the playoffs at home last year, and that was it.
Yeah.
And
and you know who's sitting with the Raptors? Certified
Aubrey.
lover boy.
champagne,
Certified lover boy.
champagne poppy. I go tremendo on that fettuccine. The Root FC, if you're watching this, that one's for you. Okay, now let's take all three. Let's take the Heat, Celtics, and the Raptors and discuss, like, put them aside for now and come to it when we get to the finals because I think those three, any of the three, could make it. Let's go to the Western
And the
Conference.
Bucks. And the Bucks as well. I mean,
But
those two are
we
like.
all picked the Heat to beat the Bucks, so I think we should go with the Heat in this situation.
Yeah, we feel so weird picking against Giannis, considering how good they've been this year. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think
But
they're
yeah, I'll have to.
really as
that matchup, it's a
consistent.
bad matchup for the Bucks. But wait, do you think
I agree. I agree.
do you
Yeah.
think the Celtics would beat the Heat in a 7-game series?
Yeah. I
And
would
what
I
about
would pick the
Yes.
Celtics.
and what about the
Yes,
Raptors?
because
Raptors would beat the Heat in a 7-game series?
Yeah. I would pick the Raptors.
I'm not
oh,
sure about that.
dude,
I
it's
think
so close. I just don't
it's
know
close,
anything.
but I would pick the Raptors just because I think that the Raptors have more experience, dude, in
Okay,
that
so
being.
let's leave the Heat out for now, as bad as I feel
Let's just
doing
go to
this.
the West. The West is
Yeah, let's
just
go to the
better.
West, yeah.
Let's deal with the Celtics and Raptors and put them on for these. So we're gonna take those two when it comes to the finals matchup. Again,
Yeah.
this is completely fluid because we don't know what's gonna happen yet, do we? So first series in the West, the Damian Trailblazers
Lakers,
against,
Portland.
sorry, the
Ooh.
Portland Trailblazers against the Los Angeles Lakers. That wasn't even intentional.
Damn.
What do you guys think is gonna happen there? I think
I think the Lakers will win it in 6
I think
because I don't think Portland will win at all because I think LeBron will figure it out and LeBron will just do LeBron thing.
as much as I'd love to pick Dame to win. Sorry,
I
the
would-
Trailblazers,
I
the
would
Trailblazers.
love- I would want the Blazers.
It's
to
pretty
win.
much Dame. Let's be honest. Come on.
No, CJ balled out in the last game though.
I agree, but Dame's a god, man.
Dame is
Dame's different.
Dame is
Dame is different.
Dame is something else. But
Dame is, yeah.
yes, I do think that I'd love to pick Dame. I'd love to pick Dame and the Blazers to win.
But
I
they
do think,
lose. I think the Lakers will figure
I
it out.
think
in 6.
Lakers at 5, Lakers.
And
at
here's
6.
Aaron and I were talking about this yesterday, right? And here's why I think that the Lakers. I mean, I think the 76ers. So not 76ers. Why do I keep saying 76ers? The Portland
Suns.
Trailblazers snag 2
Oh,
games
okay.
because I don't think the Lakers have guards to defend CJ and Dame. They don't have
Nobody
anyone that
has
can.
got who has a player to defend Dame is my question. No one does. Who can defend Dame?
Yeah, but I think like
Pat
I think the
Bev.
Clippers would do a good job. Yeah, the Clippers would do a good job.
Pat Bev could,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, but
Yeah, Pat Bev. But
Dame
see,
is
here's the thing.
unguardable.
Here's where the Lakers will miss Avery Bradley so much because he can give you amazing defensive
Yeah, he's a good
productivity
defender.
and he can shoot.
Yep. He was important in that. Remember that we were talking about that weekend where they beat the Clippers and the Bucks? He was important.
Yeah.
In that. He dropped like 25 points in one of those
He
games.
was so good in both his games.
He was excellent in that weekend. So they will
So
miss
good.
it. But I think
They will miss it, and the fact that they don't have anybody to guard Lillard and CJ is a little bit worrying for me. And so that's why I think the Portland Trailblazers will take 2 games.
But I
And
think,
Yusuf Nurkic has been on a tear, bro. I think people aren't noticing him.
yeah, Yusuf
Nurkic has
Nurkic,
been on
his
a
grandmother
tear.
passed away recently, but he came out. I mean, uh,
22,
rest in
22,
peace,
and
of
Rest in
course.
7.
peace.
But he came out. He dropped like 22 and 21. I mean, what a monster!
Mm.
Since he's come back from, I think he was injured for the first part of the season, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he has. He
Oh,
was. He
and
was.
do not forget Melo. Melo
Oh,
has been sinking it in
clutch.
clutch moments.
Melo has been
He's
clutch.
been insane. But again, I think the Lakers will win this.
I
I
think
think
you know what I think if the 3-point shooting woes continue for the Lakers, I don't know because straight Portland shooting the lights out, dude, in the bubble. You have Lillard who's taking threes from Jerry West space. You have CJ McCollum who can shoot from also anywhere. The biggest surprise, dude, Gary Trent Jr. My Duke
Gary
boy.
Trent,
Oh
oh
my
my God, in
God,
the bubble.
Gary Trent, dude, he's been crazy. He's been shooting it. He's been shooting it lights out.
Okay, but can we agree that we all pick the Lakers to beat
Yeah,
the
the
Blazers in the
Lakers. Yeah,
first round?
the Lakers. Yeah,
Lakers in 6?
yeah, Lakers in
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
I mean,
Next
see, I have a
series.
lot to say about this though. Like, I have a lot to say about it because I feel like
Go on. No
thing
one's
is,
stopping you.
Portland's got their credit rightfully so because they've been really good during the bubble, and
Yeah.
people are doubting the Lakers because they have been so bad during the bubble.
Probably.
But then again, people talking about Dame and CJ and Melo and whatever, and I agree with whatever Adu said about we missing badly and whatever. But no one's talking about LeBron.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
this
you
is
can't.
No,
I
but
don't think the
that's
Portland
like
how we I
that's
know how
that,
we
that's
forgot
just
that.
that's the reason why we're all we're picking the Lakers because of LeBron.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's the thing, right? So because
we just come to expect we just expect greatness from. It's not nothing.
not even that. I mean, for
And
us, no one can guard CJ and Dame. Also, no one on their team can guard LeBron and AD. So it's
LeBron,
gonna
yeah.
be a shootout. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
shootout.
yeah, yeah. 100%,
Like I
100%.
don't think it's gonna be good defense unless we
Portland,
step it up.
Portland,
yeah,
Portland have to
But
chuck threes to win. And that's why I think
yeah,
they'll get 2 games because
they have
there'll
to
be
get
two
hot.
games where
They
they'll
really
be
have
really
to get
good.
hot.
it'll be a good series to watch from a neutral
Yeah,
Yeah.
perspective because
So
that'll be like a lot of
a lot of
points.
scoring.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next series.
Clippers,
Uh,
man.
what was it? Clippers
No, I think
Mavs,
I,
right?
th- I think I think the 4-5 matchup is what we should talk about. Oh
But
no,
Yeah,
let's get
we
there.
wait
Let's
for
get
that.
there.
We'll
Let's
wait for
get
that.
there.
We'll
I
wait
mean
for that. That's the last one.
Clippers in five as well.
That's the last one.
Clippers in 4.
Clippers in
I
five.
mean, the Doncic
Clippers and
Porzingis are
5.
insane.
Clippers and
I
5.
think those two are going to be the best duo in the league for time to come, for some time to come.
Yeah,
Clippers, I mean, come on.
Clippers in 5.
I mean,
PG, Kawhi,
Lou
Lou,
Williams,
Pepper, Lou. I think Trez is coming back for the playoffs.
yeah,
So
yeah, I think so. And plus, I mean, the team defensively, they're just insane.
too good, dude. Imagine this is what I was thinking. Man. I saw this photo like
I mean,
a
like
long
this
time.
Pat Bev, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. I mean,
Imagine being guarded by Kawhi and you get a screen, you're switched on to PG, and then another screen, you're switched on to Pat.
it's
Like
crazy.
that's annoying. That's
The depth,
annoying to deal with.
and they do have shooters. They have players like Landry Shamet of the
Landry Shamet,
Landry Shamet. The bench is loaded. Marcus Morris. I
Marcus
mean,
Morris.
Marcus Morris did a job for the Celtics for 2 years. I'm really glad we let him go.
He's not been good for the Clippers though. If
But
you watch games for him, he's not been good. I mean,
but
he could be reliable
no,
at one
maybe
point in
not
time, but then
offensively,
he's
but
just not been good.
defensively, he's still a factor.
He's a body, yeah. He's a body. He can
Exactly.
do some stuff.
Okay.
And
See, the thing is, like, I don't like Clippers at all, honestly, because I just don't like Pat Bev. He's good to have on your team, but playing against him is just
It's a
annoying.
nightmare.
So
annoying.
annoying.
You
So
piss you off.
annoying.
Yeah,
I
he
think that
piss you off.
what do you quick sidestep? What do you guys think of the whole Dame time? I think that was really stupid from.
Dude,
He-
both of
he-
them are
why?
disrespecting Dame,
It's
and Dame's
Dame
killed
Lillard.
both of
I
them
mean,
so many times.
come on, you
So
can't
many
do that to
times. It
Dame.
makes
Dame,
no
I don't
sense.
know why PG. I don't know why PG had to talk like that. Bro.
Hey, send him
Like,
home last year.
yeah, he said he.
He
Yeah, he
just
said
shifted states just because of Dame.
Yeah,
Think about that. And the guy's actually talking after that.
Yeah, I
And
think,
I like PG, mate.
but
But still,
that was wrong.
um,
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
I think it goes to 5 because I
he's
expect
expecting
Luka to
Dame.
have one solid game
Insane game.
because
I think
being
Yeah.
guarded by Kawhi
Luca
and
will
PG is
Luka
hard
will ball out,
anyways.
but I think the lack of efficiency in Luca's game. I mean, he doesn't have
The lack of the
in his
three
game.
ball is what's hurting Luka, dude.
He has a
No,
decent three ball.
he can shoot the three. It's just that
But he's not shooting it well. That's the
Again,
it's
point.
not.
He can
efficiency.
always shoot the three.
Efficiency.
Anybody in the NBA can shoot the
But
three. But
he's
if,
so complete, man. He can do anything. That's the thing.
That is true.
he is,
And
he
He
is.
can
But
still
then
shoot the
I
three.
think
So like,
this season, he's. They have the most efficient offense, but he's
also,
been.
also, guys, we keep overlooking Porzingis. Porzingis has been
Oh,
so good
yeah,
this
yeah.
season, and he's going to be one of the best big men in the league for years to come. Because I think now he's developed that kind of stability, that ability to avoid injury after that long layoff with the Knicks.
No,
I think now, and now he's
if
with a
the
stable organization too.
yeah, but if the NBA didn't if the bubble team didn't have like positionless, if it wasn't positionless, Porzingis would have been my pick to be in the first
He
team
was in
for
the
sure.
second team, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the second team. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
playing amazing, dude.
yeah, he's been superb. Okay, 3 versus 6. I do not remember who the sixth seed was. Who were the Nuggets playing?
Oh, Jazz.
Jazz. Oh
Nuggets in 4 or 5.
no,
Jazz have
yeah,
Jazz
Nuggets
in
in five.
seven.
the
Jazz in seven.
Jazz have had too
No,
many
no.
like
Jazz
I
in
don't rate
seven.
the Jazz
I
at
don't.
all.
This
I
is
think
some
the Jazz are the worst team out of all eight.
this is
Donovan.
some sort of crazy belief, but I do think that for some reason Mitchell and Gobert. I mean, logic tells me Nuggets in 5, because I mean MPJ,
But
Bol.
MP,
I mean Jokic,
Jokic,
Jamal
Jamal.
Murray, Gary Harris is still on that team, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I mean, all these
He's
players.
he's injured. He's injured. He's injured.
Is he not playing?
I don't think so.
These people have some certified ballers, but
No. Dude, the Nuggets will win, dude. I think
for
the
some
Nuggets win
reason,
in 4.
for some reason, my heart says I love Donovan Mitchell, so I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe it's the same reason why I believe that United would win the Premier League this season. But yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I didn't predict United would win the Premier League this season, but I believed it. So if we're going for an honest prediction, Nuggets in 5. Yeah, there are too many quality players. Okay, 4
Oh,
versus 5.
this is the matchup.
This
dude.
is the matchup. This is the
In my
matchup.
opinion, this is the matchup.
This
of
matchup, this
best
matchup. Okay, you guys talk because I have something to say.
I have. So
I'll just say something which you guys might not know. You guys might know
Yeah,
because
go
you
ahead, Rob.
already
Go ahead.
watched a lot of basketball. Westbrook is out for the first few games.
Yeah, Westbrook's missing.
Yes. Yeah, I think
I think that changes a lot of things. I'm just saying.
it does.
I mean, that alters my prediction a lot.
Oh, this one's too hard to
I'll
predict.
start off.
So
I'll start off because
if Westbrook is playing, Rockets in 6.
I mean, Westbrook, since his whole small ball advent once he traded Capella, has been outrageous. Like it's
Because you know why? Because
he's
he's
been.
smart. He's not taking threes. He's
Exactly.
shooting 1 3.
That's been like his Achilles heel, hasn't it? And he's just going in there, driving into the paint right now. And wait, what is he called? Lil Shaq, Kendrick Perkins, Lil Shaq, Russell Westbrook. And dude, he's been insane. But why don't you go ahead? You clearly have a lot to say about the series.
yeah, I feel it's a big mess for the Rockets because there was a point of time, especially around December, Jan, Feb, where Westbrook figured out what to do within that system.
Yeah.
And honestly, he has never looked better than those 3 months. And thing is, this system is perfect for him because there's no big man. So you can actually go inside the paint and just dominate. And that's what he does. And I feel like without him, they miss a little bit of grit. Oh, not a little bit. They miss a lot of grit. They miss a lot of toughness.
Defensive
They're still a
tenacity
good
as well.
team. Exactly.
Yeah.
I
I
just
think he
think
brings the energy to them, dude. He complements Harden in a way that Harden actually he brings out Harden's best defensive game.
offensively also, think about this, right? If you just have Harden's ball handling, 4 shooters. So you're relying on him to make the play. And relying
Yeah.
on a bunch of shooters to actually make their shots. With both Russ and Harden, you have one guy attacking the paint constantly, and you have a constant threat with Harden. I feel like
he's back. Eric Gordon's back. They missed Eric Gordon for a couple
I don't
of
think that changes things. I think I'm gonna pick OKC, and I think those first few games, because of that, I
we'll
think
set the
OKC
tone,
will
yeah.
take the first 2 games, and I just think they take it in 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think
I have.
I say 6 because I think in a game 7, if Russ and Harden are both healthy, they stand a better chance. But
So
I'll say
I
OKC
think
in 6. Yeah.
I think Westbrook will probably be back for the 4th game of the series, won't he? I'd say
Yeah, fourth,
I'd say OKC takes a 2-1 lead and then loses 4-2. I don't
I'd
know.
say
James
I
Harden.
think
No, James
I think
Harden. Obviously, we do. I mean, all of us. We do hate on James Harden for his lack of efficiency. But I mean, we all like James Harden in this call.
he's
Uh,
on.
he is unguardable. He is. He's the best scorer in the league. Best scorer the league is seen, in my opinion, since prime Kobe. I mean, for sure.
Nah,
I think I think
I
I
still
think he
I'm
scores
not
the most
saying Harden
points.
is better. I'm saying
I think
I think.
yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
But I'm just saying his volume of scoring is even greater than Prime Kobe's. Prime Kobe averaged 35. Harden's averaging 36, 37, 38 for the last two.
He's figured out how to score. He knows how to score.
Plus,
That's the thing.
he's slimmed down. He's playing better defense. Like, I mean, he led the league in steals this year, not steals per game, but overall steals. But
Yeah.
obviously,
yeah.
like, I mean, we know that defense isn't like steals doesn't indicate that you're a good defender, but he's turned into a very good post defender.
Here's the thing that here's the thing people forget. When he came into the league, he came into the league as a lockdown defender. He didn't come into the league as a scorer. He
Yeah,
came down as a guy who can hit threes and a guy who can lock your best player up on defense.
but I think under D'Antoni, I mean, he kind of lost it in the middle. But under
Yeah, yeah.
D'Antoni, that kind of defensive, although D'Antoni is an offensive coach, I think he's kind of like motivated him to play more defense.
A
So
little bit of defense.
I'm going to say, the Rockets are just they're so unpredictable. It's so annoying. Some games they come out and didn't they beat the Lakers by like 35 points
Yeah,
in
they
the
beat
first
the
game, like playing small ball. I think the Rockets will be too good for OKC, and
But here's the thing, right? This
I'm
is the
scared of
one.
the Rockets. I have to be honest. I'm really scared of the
Yeah,
Rockets.
no, you have to be because that small ball team, if they make their threes, it's over. No, because you can't expect like it's over because the volume of threes they take. But they take 70 threes a game, and if you make 33% of your threes, that means you're making 30 threes in the whole game. 30 threes is nine. That's teams can't compete with 30 threes, dude. It's not possible.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't make 33s a game, but they make around 15 to 20
So
each
I'm
game
saying if you shoot
on average.
33%, you're shooting around
Yeah,
27 to
they
30
take around 50 to 60 threes on average a game, and they make
on
like
average.
15
But
to
in the
20.
playoffs, I've seen them take 70, 80 threes a
Yeah,
game,
we
dude.
all remember that. Oh my God, this brings back some bad
Game
memories.
7.
That
LeBron,
one game, dude, they went
I
0
know
for
all of
60.
us love LeBron. LeBron would have won that series against the Rockets, is what we believe. And Chris Paul would have
Oh
finally
yeah, yeah,
basketball in
yeah,
the
yeah,
finals.
for sure.
Chris Paul was injured, and the
I don't
Rockets
believe it.
missed
I
27
don't believe it.
straight threes. But I don't think OKC
No.
have the wing defenders that to control, or the perimeter defenders to control uh,
Chris Paul. Oh, sorry, LeBron.
James Harden.
Oh, this you're talking about this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the OKC doesn't have the perimeter defenders to control Harden. I think Rockets in six. Adu, quick predictions.
I think the Rockets will win it in seven. No, I think the OKC I think the first two games will set the tone of the matchup, right? And if the OKC, I mean, if OKC jumps up to a 2-0 lead, I think it'll be very difficult for the Rockets to claw back into the game. But I think they will. I think they'll end up winning it in seven. But the only reason why I'm a little, I don't know, like it's unpredictable is because when you take that many threes, there will come a time where you miss a lot of shots. And there've been so many games where Houston have missed a lot of shots, like that game seven. This season
And
they've
that's
done it
not out of
twice.
character for Houston.
Yeah,
They have
exactly.
games where
So,
they
I mean,
miss
that was
a
the
lot of
ultimate
shots.
choke. I mean, we haven't seen anything that bad, but
Hmm.
yeah, they do. I mean, they
so
do
if
miss
they
a lot of
do
shots.
miss, then OKC, obviously we know that OKC will take the first two games for Westbrook in playing. But if they miss that one game, that's all the OKC needs. That one window of opportunity is all they need. And if they snatch it, they could well and truly take the series.
Okay, so I think
And this would be retribution for Chris Paul, man. I think nobody's more excited than Chris Paul. I'm telling you right
but
now.
I think the only problem with OKC is that they, other than Chris Paul, they don't have playoff experience. Like Shea Alexander,
Yeah, yeah.
Dennis
That's the
Schroeder,
problem.
uh,
That's the one knock
all
on
these young
okay.
players. I mean, Gallinari has a bit, but not much, not
Oh
like
yeah,
a
no, no.
substantive amount. And that's the one thing that I think will come back to bite.
Okay, see. Yeah.
That's why I think the Rockets will go
But
through. Even with James Harden
I
But
starting.
I
think
also
I think
think on the plus side for OKC, I feel like Steven Adams is like the one center who could actually do something against the Houston Rockets
Because
purely because he's
he
so
has a very
tough.
complete game on
He's just so tough as a
the paint.
person,
Yeah.
and I feel
I mean,
like
offensively,
he won't get out rebounded by Harden or Covington or
of course
whatever
not.
or Tucker. So I feel like
I mean,
I don't know, man. It's
offensively speaking, Steven Adams probably the best
he's
screens.
limited.
He's the best screen setter in the NBA,
That
in
pick
my
and roll is
opinion.
going to be
Yeah.
that pick and roll is going to be deadly, dude, this season. The
Yeah.
OKC
It has been
Steven Adams,
deadly.
this matchup, I think they have to go to the pick. I don't think anybody plays the pick and roll better than Chris Paul in
And
the
he does
NBA.
that, have that ability that after completing the pick and roll to find
Find the
the next
pass.
pass, which is why he is a really good player.
He
So
gives crispy pass, huh, Aaron?
crispy pass.
Shout out to Coach Venu.
uh, okay,
But
okay. Moving on. So
if he coached the team, I'm telling you, he turned Harden into a cutter. I swear to God.
okay. Moving on. God, moving on. But what a enter an absolute rant session here. Okay,
All
so I think
respect, man.
2 versus 1.
That's all love.
2 versus 1. We are going to go with the Rockets winning the series. Sorry, Aaron. Although it is very, very tight. Okay, second round. Lakers, Rockets. Oh my
Jeez.
God.
You know what? Wait.
Okay.
Let's wait for this. Wait. Let's wait for this and move on to the other one because
Yeah,
I
the
feel
other
like this
one
is
is
more
the
of a
other one
competitive
is
matchup.
Clippers Nuggets. I think Clippers in 6. Nuggets
Clippers
are
in 6.
good, but
I think Clippers in 5.
it's a terrible matchup for the Nuggets because they have good wing scorers. They have a good they have good defensive, the good paint on the defensive side, and defensively,
I think, dude, Jokic is great and all, but I think toughness is what sets you apart from other players in the playoffs.
and
I think Trez is gonna chew
I think no,
Jokic.
Jokic is a top 10 player in the league right now, without doubt. But I
Yeah.
think with the quality, depth, defensive ability that the Clippers have, this isn't
This isn't a fun.
much of a struggle
Yeah.
to me. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna say they take a couple of games because they have excellent scorers. So I'd say I'm gonna say Clippers in 6, but I get it. Even if you say Clippers clean sweep or a Clippers in 5, I get it.
I think Clippers in 5. I just think I feel like the Mavs matchup is honestly better because I feel like Luka is a better wing slash guard player than anybody on the Nuggets
Jamal
roster.
Murray, yeah.
Yeah, so I just
Like
think
we discussed this as well. Like Jamal Murray is good, but I think at best he's a second, third
third option.
option.
He's third option.
As of right, he's
For
still
a
developing,
championship team, he has to be a third option.
but I think he's still developing. I
Can't
think
be anything more.
Yeah,
he
he's
will
still
grow into that
developing. He's like,
role as a
if I had
top
to make a
scorer.
comparison, he would be
But
the
to be fair, the Nuggets I think have a solidified second or first option in the future in MPJ. So
PJ is up.
Yeah.
they aren't worrying about
I
that.
think he's the Nuggets, man.
I just think right now the Clips are too strong for them. So
Okay,
Clips
Yeah,
in
yeah.
now coming back to probably the best matchup of the playoffs.
Houston Lakers.
second best.
Rockets,
Wait.
Lakers. Wait, except what Bucks and Heat.
No, I think
No, I think this is even better than
Clippers,
Bucks and
Lakers.
Heat.
Depends on what we say. But yeah, okay.
Okay, Rockets, Lakers. I think Rockets in 5. I think the Rockets will absolutely
Nah.
beat the Lakers.
Jeez,
The
jeez,
Lakers
jeez,
will
Lakers
not
in
have a
6.
chance against the Rockets.
Lakers in
This-
6.
this-
And I'm with you on the Lakers.
I'm
but I don't
sorry
think-
about I'm sorry about the disrespect. I love LeBron so much, but the Rockets are too much. It's a terrible, terrible matchup for the Lakers. Just
Yeah, that's true.
pathetic match. It's a
Dude, because like Dame and CJ is one, but I think like Harden and
leveled up.
West,
It's leveled up.
level.
I
Yeah,
think the
yeah, yeah.
Rockets will dismantle the Lakers in 5 games
No,
maximum.
not fighting. But I still think the Lakers will figure it out in 6 because, dude, on the other side of the ball,
LeBron James, yes, of
Tucker
course.
guarding Anthony.
Of course, yeah, you have PJ Tucker guarding at, but no. But if you think about it, the efficiency of the 3-point shooting will increase to such a great extent because who's going to stay on? I mean, Robert
defense.
Covington is a very good player. Who is going to guard James Harden? I mean, even if they put
Yeah.
LeBron on James Harden can take apart any defender. And they have an
Yeah.
interior beast in Anthony Davis, but that doesn't matter for the Rockets. That's what I'm
James
trying to
Harden,
say.
James Harden's gonna fall out Anthony Davis, dude. I'm telling you.
Anthony Davis playing on the inside,
Dump into, run
No.
into.
he's going to be forced to come out to the perimeter. And Anthony Davis on the perimeter is a good defender, but he's not he can't guard
as good as
Westbrook
what he is
or
under
Harden.
paint. Yeah.
I
So
don't
okay,
think he can
fine.
guard Harden. I think he still
So
takes
for
shots. He
me,
Um,
can't.
I'm saying Rockets in 5. I hate to disrespect LeBron. I'm not disrespecting LeBron. I'm just kind of saying what I see. I just think LeBron will have amazing statistics, but I don't think that defense
But
uh,
I think
can compete.
the fact that they don't have anybody to stop LeBron and AD and Kuz, I think it's Kuz. Honestly, Kuz will most probably be matched up on Harden. And as much as everyone says he's a shit defender, I think he's been amazing for the Lakers this season. Like
yeah.
the fact
Fair
that
enough.
he stepped up defensively.
He's been a
I
good
think he
scorer as
scored
well. Remember the
20
clutch shot that
yeah,
he sunk at the
yeah.
end of the bubble? That
Yeah.
was a good one. I mean, he
I think
always
if the Lakers figure it out, Lakers in 6. And I'm saying this because I think the Rockets will take 2 games because the amount of threes they shoot. Like I'm bringing that point again, but you can't ignore that point. That point has to be
yeah.
brought up every
I
single.
I'm sorry, I cannot waver from my opinion. I'm saying the Rockets take apart the
Yeah, no,
Lakers.
no, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I think the Lakers will clinch it in 6. I think the
Aaron,
Rockets will win.
What do you
Again,
think?
I'm going to say a bit more than what I normally say for other teams, purely because I watch more of the Lakers and
Go
I've
ahead.
seen all the matchups with the Rockets so far.
Yeah, I haven't
So I
seen all
think the
this.
Rockets have played Lakers, I think 3 times, and I'm pretty sure they've won at least 2 of them,
Well, let me check this
Yeah,
out.
if I'm not wrong. But I remember at least when, at least the last 2 matchups we played, the Rockets have played extremely well against us.
Yeah, play 3 and the
To the
Rockets.
point where they've nullified Anthony Davis really well. But then again, the reason why I believe they won is because in those matchups, they were shooting lights out. They were extremely good efficiency wise as well.
yeah, and that's not gonna happen
I
in the
just
seven.
think I just think in a 7 game series, there's so
That
many
that
factors. Fine, they will definitely take 2 games off us in my opinion, because there will be those games where they just go off and you can't do anything about it. You just have to concede the game.
yeah,
I also think that the Lakers are a better team overall, honestly. Just
yeah,
looking at
they're
it,
better
fine.
defensive.
It's a small ball system, but um, the reason why I think we're so good is because we have, in my opinion, one of the best players to ever play. Not in my opinion, it's a fact. One of the
Yeah,
best players to have ever
It's
played
in
the
your
sport.
opinion the best player to ever play, but in the widely acknowledged
yeah.
fact is that he's one of the best players.
The fact he's one of the best
Yeah,
players
I mean,
ever. And then you have
um, I just think that Harden's never faced LeBron in a. Oh, he has for OKC, but
yeah, but
if
that was like
he
Harden.
That's a
It was
few
like
years ago.
pre Harden.
if Houston, yeah, if Houston couldn't beat the Warriors in the conference finals, imagine the pressure on them to get past LeBron.
No, but they couldn't
And
be
the, and
honest.
and
Chris
the,
Paul was out for the last 2 games. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
and the thing is, right?
Again, we are assuming like health here. Like,
Exactly, but the weird
God
thing
forbid
is
that.
we've got to a point where within this bubble, people believe a lot of teams have a chance against the Lakers purely because they have been so bad, right? If
yeah.
they just figure out what to do,
They just need one game.
I can bet my money they'll win
But this
within
is
Yeah,
the
six. It
issue.
won't be less than 6.
LeBron is the greatest basketball mind we have ever seen. There's no question about it. But the Lakers, their coaching is it's I mean, Jason Kidd is a good coach, but again, it lacks that kind of leadership, that kind of creativity that can, like maybe Brad Stevens and Nick Nurse have on the defensive side of the ball. It lacks the ability to create those matchups uh, and create a system that could make an attempt to stop Westbrook and Harden. So that's
yeah.
why I think
I
that
disagree with you there. I disagree with you because
why
Kid's the assistant coach, Vogel's the main coach. Vogel's known for his defensive capabilities and for his defensive systems, like what he had at Indiana like 8 years back. Um,
I think the point he's trying to make is who's gonna guard Harden and Westbrook.
no one can guard them. That's the thing, right?
Exactly.
You're never gonna have a player who can
I
do a
mean,
job unless it's
I mean,
Kawhi,
who do you,
or PG maybe. But the thing is, right? At least I'm not taking the bubble into account. Throughout the season, we've been extremely good defensively, and that Kuz has been our best player within the bubble so far, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
big for us because if he can be a reliable third option, which he really wasn't throughout his season right now, he's
yeah.
been good defensively throughout, but he hasn't been able to score as well as what Lakers fans would have liked. If he can be reliable offensively, I really think we can definitely win the series.
No, if no 100%, right? That's why I said if the Lakers figure it out, Lakers in six. But if the Lakers don't figure it out, and the shooting wars continue, it's curtains. Because I don't see
I mean,
anybody.
if the Lakers don't figure it out, I think the Trailblazers have as good a chance
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're
Because
both
of the
really good
guard play,
defensive
right? Yeah,
teams.
yeah.
Yeah, so like
So that's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
so
If we give
tough
Portland a
matchup.
chance, yeah,
final
it's just
predictions.
honestly.
It's a tough one to predict, but go with your gut. Do you both think the Lakers are going to win?
Nah, Clippers. He might think the Lakers might win. I think
No,
the
Lakers
no.
Clippers.
This
Clippers.
series, this series.
Oh, Lakers.
My
Lakers.
God, Abdu's gone. I mean,
I knew the Western Conference Finals would be Clippers Lakers.
so you think the Lakers are
And
going to win
I
the
think I
series?
think
I
I
would be
think
more confident if it was in the bubble. I think in the bubble it's the Clippers and literally anyone else.
So do you,
I don't know.
so do you both
I wouldn't blame you for picking the Rockets, but I still
with
pick the
your
Lakers because there is some bias there in my
fair
pick.
enough?
But then yeah,
You know what? I'll take that
the Lakers.
because I mean, 2 versus 1. Let's head to the
if
conference finals. Lakers, Clippers. I don't think this is
Clip-
much of a. I think Clippers in 5, Clippers in 6, maybe.
for me, Clippers in 6 or 7. Honestly,
You
so
know
close.
I'm
what?
gonna pick the Lakers.
That
Man.
matchup is so close, bro.
It's the Clippers
And
are just too good, too much depth,
yeah,
too much
too much.
scoring, too much ability.
Oh,
Like this, the player.
If
LeBron
it was
James is.
Clippers Rockets, if it was Clippers Rockets, I think Clippers in 5. If it's Clippers Lakers, I think Clippers in 6 or 7.
But I think Clippers, Lakers. I mean, I say Clippers in 6, but if LeBron James, knowing LeBron
If LeBron
James,
James tees up
yeah,
Kawhi and
I have
PG,
to rethink this. I think Lakers in 7, if I'm being honest.
listen.
There's a bit of
Just to cut you off.
bias.
Sorry.
There's a bit
Just
of bias.
no. Continue.
I'm sorry. Let me just quickly guys. There's a bit of bias. LeBron James is one of my favorite players, and I do think Trez, as good a defender as he is, nobody's going to guard Anthony Davis on the Clippers, and LeBron James is just too great, too clutch, too good in the playoffs. Even when he's
Yeah.
guarded by Kawhi Leonard, I mean, he Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Pat Bev. I think he's just on another level. And as
yeah,
much as I think the Clippers are an elite team with PG and Kawhi and all those players we've named along the way,
but Lakers go to Game 7. I think the Clips will take it in 7.
the king. That's the one factor you
I'm
can
gonna try and stay as unbiased as I can possibly be.
go ahead.
So I'll just mention known facts. Clippers are a better team.
Of course,
They are, and they should be the favorites for the series.
yes.
Yeah.
They have a better bench. They have better depth, and they have a
They-
team more suited for playing in the modern NBA in terms of
Shooting.
elite wings,
And
right?
they
Yeah.
do have a comparable starting lineup as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, with the Lakers, right? I feel like the roster we have right now is well suited to face the Clippers
Because no one can guard
because
AD.
Clippers don't have elite guards,
Yeah.
and one thing I've been extremely surprised to see in the matchups against the Clippers. First off, in regular season it was 2-2. It was
Yep,
even,
that's right.
that even, and honestly, all these matches are pretty even. There was no blowout. Even the first matchup, it wasn't a blowout. It was close. It wasn't as close, but it was close. One thing I was extremely surprised to see. LeBron took all his defensive assignments extremely seriously.
Yep.
He guarded
Yeah, that's true.
Kawhi
I
and PG
watched those games.
throughout all the games, and to be honest, I think he won all his matchups. I'm not being biased. I feel like he did an extremely good job defensively. And the thing is, as LeBron in the regular season, think about in the playoffs. I just feel like LeBron will play at a level we've never seen before, purely because of all the hype this matchup scored throughout the year. Think about Kawhi coming into LA, proclaiming himself as the king of LA or the new king or whatever. I just think this matchup has so much hype, and I feel like, I mean, I don't blame you
So
for picking the Clippers,
unpredictable.
This is
but
the
then
worst.
Make your choices, guys. I say Lakers at 7, purely because of
The King. I say Clips in 7, dude. This is what we were talking about. If the Clippers want to stand a chance to win this, they need to switch defensive assignments. I really think that Kawhi on LeBron and PG on AD isn't going to work because PG cannot take AD defensively. I think
No
it
one can
has to
take
switch.
80 on that team. I don't think
Yeah, I think the only person who has a
Yeah,
good chance is Kawhi. Because Kawhi won't. I mean, at least in the paint, it's not going to be a, it's not going to be like a. He's not going to bruise through. He's not going
Mhm.
to cruise through. I think Kawhi is strong enough.
Although PG is the bigger player, Kawhi is the better interior defender.
Exactly, and I think Kawhi would that matchup where Kawhi switches on AD and LeBron, PG guards LeBron. I think that's a more favorable matchup, and I think Clippers have a higher chance of
I
winning.
don't think
Underrated
that would
defender.
happen. I don't
Underrated
think that would
Possible.
defender.
happen
Wait,
because
just one
I
thing,
just
Aaron.
think, yeah, yeah,
The Clippers has started Ivica Zubac at center,
Yeah,
and
he's good.
he's an underrated defender. He's a good interior
yeah.
defender. I'm not saying he can lock down 80. No one can,
He's not Trez though. He's not Trez
but
though.
he can help. But Trez is 6'7". Davis is 7 foot.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a real connection there, and he's not a better interior defender than Kawhi is. But Ivica
yeah,
Zubac,
yeah.
he can't stop 80, but he can slow 80 down. And if you can tire him out in the post, that might be the solution for the Clippers.
Also,
Aaron,
I
sorry,
have
go
one
ahead.
very interesting point which I almost forgot. I
Mhm.
completely forgot about it. If you watch the third Lakers matchup with the Clippers, I think, yeah, third one, the Clippers, right? Their closing five, in your opinion, who do you think it should be right now? So
The
off
closing
the top of
five:
your heads.
Lou Williams,
Yeah, yeah,
Lou,
Pat Bev,
PG, yeah, Lou,
PG,
PG, Pat
Kawhi,
Bev, Kawhi, and Montrez.
Trez. Yeah.
exactly. That's the normal closing five throughout the season.
Yeah,
In that,
Unless 1 second, I think take out Padrev and put in Shamet if
Landry.
there are no if the best player is if the other team's clutch shooter is a wing, clutch player
Yeah,
is a wing. Like if they play the Celtics or the Heat, then you play Shamet because he's a better shooter. Yes,
okay, okay, fine.
sorry,
So
Aaron, go ahead.
both of them are very extremely viable options. In the third matchup against the Clippers, the reason why the Lakers won that match was in the fourth quarter, they did what LeBron did to the Golden State Warriors in 2016.
Yeah.
They just switched all their offensive assignments to Lou Williams. It was
yeah,
ISO
Yeah.
on
I
Lou
was just gonna
throughout the
say that.
fourth
Yeah,
I
that's
was
quarter,
what they
gonna
would.
say that.
and Lou can't
I
guard
was just,
anyone.
Yep.
yeah, he
Similar
can't.
to what they did against Steph when LeBron was at Cleveland.
Yeah, they would just play
I do
through.
not think Lou cannot play. I do not think Lou can play the fourth quarter against them
But I think
Yeah.
because LeBron's too smart to actually figure out what to
now
do.
that
No,
Doc Rivers
they
has
will
seen
switch up
that,
on Lou. Everybody's gonna switch up on Lou.
now that Doc Rivers and Ty Lue have seen that, I think that they will be able to find a solution because they're both championship coaches, which Frank Vogel isn't. So
But
the
you
coaching.
can't do anything about that.
No,
You
but
actually
I'm
can't.
not. I mean, you can't because I mean, LeBron's basketball IQ is at a different. It's on a different planet.
Level.
But I think if you had any coaches who could find a solution to that, it would be the combination of Ty Lue and Doc
But at the
Rivers.
same time, dude, I think although it's not the same thing, but at the same time, you could just switch. Uh, I don't know, like you could switch Caruso on PG or Kawhi, and it would be the same thing.
Okay, so I think Aaron predictions.
It's
Oh, you know what?
if the
You know what?
Lakers. I mean,
The
yeah.
Well,
conference finals.
it has to go to 7 games. I don't see it not going to 7 games.
The conference finals are just
You
too
know,
hard to predict. Too hard to predict.
exactly.
Yeah,
Let's wait for the first round to finish,
Yeah.
and
and
then
then
let's
we'll
actually
see.
figure. I
Let's
think we'll
get
have a
back
much
to
better
this.
idea of what's gonna happen.
We cannot predict the conference finals and the finals as of yet. So we're not going to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. But we will
Yeah.
be back. And guys, closing comments. I just wanted to say thank you so much for turning up. I'm so happy we could finally do this for the first time. We're all going off to uh, very similar parts of the United States in January, or in the
Yep.
Midwest. So hopefully we will have more episodes, even when we do go to university in Jan. But until then, you will be getting hopefully regular episodes. Guys,
Yeah.
how was today? To me, it just felt like a normal session with the boys, like a normal, just like
Yeah, I
a
know, right? I mean, we
This is
did everything.
actually the only difference is that we're actually recording it, and
Yeah,
we are not cursing, which is
yeah. We're
something
not
which is
cursing.
pretty hard for me to do.
Yeah, it's pretty hard
I
for all
can't
of us.
censor myself that well, but then yeah, just
Yeah,
a normal day with the boys.
yeah,
Three
guys.
3:30 in the morning, and
3:30
I
in the morning. This is like our afternoon. So we're gonna go get lunch, and we will be back. Our next podcast will be about
soon.
the UEFA Champions League, my favorite competition in the world. These guys love the NBA, but for me, the UEFA Champions League is the ultimate competition in the world.
yeah.
Looking back at the amazing quarterfinals and previewing the semifinals. Thank you so much, guys. So signing off. It's me, Dheeraj, Aaron to my left, Adu below us again.
Peace out,
Guys,
certified lover
peace out.
boy. What am I saying?
Peace out. Peace out.